Alright, I should be back. First I had issues getting my coding video input back, and I assumed it would be the video switcher I'm using, but now it's back, and I think I'm back online again. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, it's great. I have no idea why this happens. Let's see. The recording file today. Wait. I guess this one can be deleted. Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm already splitting up my recordings after about 4 gigabytes. So I have 2 4 gigabyte recordings and one of a little more than a half a gigabyte that only got created a few minutes ago. BetterFS issues that similar things had to do with not being able to flush the disk fast enough. I wonder why that would happen after 2 hours, though. After it's created 3 recording files already, 2 of which are 4 gigabytes each. I guess it's creating hourly. It's creating hourly sections, because the last one was they're always cut at the top of the hour. Okay. And 4 gigabytes isn't that much. I mean, before I had OBS split my recordings, they went up to 10 gigabytes and didn't crash in between, so it looks more like an issue of OBS, I think. Some kind of a... I have no idea. I didn't look at memory usage and things like that. So maybe there's a memory leak or something. Something that is creeping and only hits after 2 hours. I have no idea. Cache point would fill up and then the entire system would freeze while it started flushing the entire disk cache to disk. I'll have a look at the BetterFS cache flush setup. It's definitely something that I can look after. Alright, so let me get my demo screen back. Okay. And do I have to restart Atium? Let's see. No, that looks good. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I'm getting back. But yeah, I think I'll need to wrap up soon anyway. I'm not even sure, but because my son has swimming lessons, and I'm not sure if his sister is going to take care of everything. Let me check, and if everything is taken care of, I can go on for a little while longer. So let me see. I'll be right back. And back. Looks like the kids are off already, so I do have a little more time. Balthasar, why did you recommend a real fast test would be to write your OBS VODs to your NAS? That's not writing to my BetterFS on my machine. That would be a read issue. And OBS does write to my machine, so I'm not sure if I understand that correctly. But shouldn't I write my VODs to my disk? Because actually, my OBS VODs do get moved to my NAS automatically after a day. That happens with the cron job. Just to regain space. And that never has been a problem. Okay, so let me see. So how I would build it is we are shipping logs from the web container to the FluentD container, and the FluentD container takes everything and logs it to its own container log just for verification purposes, and it writes everything to OpenSearch. So we could say that this is a dedicated web server log instance of FluentD. And it does use the index name FluentD. I would instead probably use something like Apache or web, so it's connected to the web container. So that's fine. Something that I would like to do is, though, try and if I remember faintly that FluentD has a log processor built in that can deal with web server logs, and that way we could pre-digest things for OpenSearch, and then we only would have to basically create our own dashboards. I think that's what I'd like to do. Let's see. Balthasar writes, if the system is hanging while flushing to disk because of a file system tuning issue, then switching file systems is a fast test. Oh, you mean have OBS write to the NAS directly? Huh. Yeah. And I think that shouldn't be an... Yeah, I can do that. Because now, for quite a while I had the issue that when my machine booted, it didn't mount the NAS. But ever since I switched from the traditional FS-tab approach to using systemd to mount my NAS, it's working, strangely enough. And so the NAS should be connected all the time. And I could reconfigure OBS to write there. Hey, C-Films, long time no see. Happy to have you here. How are you doing? I'm doing excellent. I'm back from a conference, inspired, and I'm actually making progress on OpenSearch. Not as fast as I would like, but we are actually making progress. So that's something. Now, let's see. I guess instead of searching for OpenSearch, I should probably search for FluentD Apache logs. That should get me somewhere. Here we have send Apache logs to MongoDB. Does this logging refer to FluentD's own logging? Yeah, I guess almost looks like it. Yep. That's not what I'm looking for. Common log formats. Here we go. So we could... That's a source. Do only sources have types? What's the input type in our case? Type is forward from port 24 to 24. I'm not sure if a store can have a format. But that's alright, go figure. Being able to specify mounting a target based on dependencies like network availability makes auto-mounting network volumes easier. Yeah. And it's not actually a systemd auto mount. That would have been something that I would have tried next, but I simply used the systemd mount units to mount my NAS at boot time, and that worked. And the equivalent fstab entries never did. I always had to issue a mount-a when the machine was up. No idea why. Because as I understand it, fstab gets translated to implicit systemd units anyway. But yeah, I have no idea. I'm happy that it works now. So I'll try that and have OBS log to my NAS directly. Hey, we could even use the new NAS. Yeah, the new NAS on the home server. Systemd is complex, yes it is, but it's so powerful and it's so nice. Yeah, I do like it too. It's got that bad reputation, and I think that has deterred me for quite a while. But all these niceties like socket activation and things like that, that's really cool. So, I'm a little bit confused how this is supposed to work. Where do I define my format now? Oh, wait. We have a type for the source, the forward source, and we simply add a format, right? Format Apache 2. Tag Apache access. The tagging happens. Where does the tagging happen? Did we have a tag set? No, doesn't look like it. Bertha wrote, Systemd has a bad reputation because you have 60-year-old Unix folks that are frustrated by mass operation. Yeah, you're right. That's something that I'm getting more and more annoyed by, actually. All these Linux curmudgeons bad-mouthing new stuff simply because they are averse to change. And that's me, a greybeard sysadmin, saying that. Oh, yeah. We are very much alike, Balthazar. Very happy about that. Okay, so if we actually define our format as Apache 2, because that's the only format that we expect on this instance, this, let's imagine this FluentD instance has been built only for web servers delivering their logs. So we can assume that the log will always be in the Apache 2 format. I wonder what that actually does, though. Let's see. That's an article? Okay. So they use a tail log for a file. We use a forward log that gets its stuff from Docker. And is that all we need? Docker logging EFK compose? Okay. Let's see how they do it. We have the web server that does its logging to a FluentD sidecar container. And yep, then we have Elasticsearch. In our case, we have even 2 OpenSearch instances, and then there's Kibana, and we have the OpenSearch dashboard. Pretty much the same. Now let's see how they do that. They have a source with no format. Then they have the copy thingy, type Elasticsearch in this case. Type name access log. Okay, so I guess I didn't get it right at the first attempt. Balthasar, you wrote, I do think that it's fair to not like things changed out from underneath you. Yeah, but that depends on how you define change from underneath you. It's not that Linux distributions introduced systemd 2 weeks into its inception. There was plenty of notice, advance notice, and so even if you hadn't caught up with systemd by then, you could still do so. And yeah, I don't think people could claim that systemd was introduced sneakily. Can't remember the example, but was talking with someone about that and recognized their frustration that a core function changed behavior drastically out from underneath them, but the new behavior wasn't the problem, the lack of being made aware of the change was. I agree wholeheartedly. That's just not fair, changing things. For example, if I install software and it's not a major version change, I wouldn't expect things to break nowadays with semantic versioning and things like that. But I definitely would not expect things to break if it's not documented, regardless of the version jump. And so if things would break simply by upgrading a version, and then only then I learned that, for example, the configuration file format has changed, and now I have to change configuration formats on 87 different hosts, I wouldn't be happy either. These surprising changes are not fair. And they are not right, and people are angry about them rightfully. But I guess systemd, the system, well, I actually don't know enough about the whole systemd debacle to comment on that. But from my personal experience, systemd is fine. And as for the example with my NAS mounts, my SMB mounts, systemd even improved things and solved an actual problem. That is a great explanation, Balthasar. Couldn't have put it better. Okay, so we'll change our configuration to this. We are already pretty close to that. I guess the only thing is we have to extend the store configuration, and then we should be good to go. I guess I'll simply copy the whole store definition here, and then I'll pick and choose. So let's... oh, no, that didn't work. We need to use copy and paste. Oh, come on, computer! Really? No, I can't even copy and paste. But I think that's mostly a copy problem, isn't it? Nope. For some reason, doesn't work. I don't want to try this, so we'll do the cherry picking right here. So type Elasticsearch, of course, is in my case type OpenSearch, host, port. Okay, then we need to have logstash format true, and I need to get rid of the format Apache 2 up here. So schema HTTP SSL verify. Here we have the index name. I'll move user and password to here, to the connection part of things, and then we say index name fluentd. We'll keep that, or won't we? Here they use, do they use an index name? No, they don't. So let's actually keep that. So the first thing that we need to have is logstash format true. Logstash underscore format true. Then logstash prefix fluentd. What that does. Logstash prefix fluentd. And then we have logstash date format. Year, month, date. Logstash. No, not log trash. Muscle memory. Logstash. Wait, date format, right? Yeah. Date format. Year, month, day. Include tag key true. Include tag key true. Type name access log. I guess that's what's getting us the parsing. Tag key at log name. Interesting. Okay, tag key at log name. I guess that's usually access log in our case as well. Flush interval 1 second. Flush interval 1 second. Okay. YAML is also quite nice with its template functionality, where you can actually define reusable blocks and things like that. So apart from the make sure to indent correctly, YAML is actually quite nice. Okay, so I guess that's it. Let's write that. Let's stop our system here. Let's do a new build and up. Yep, new configuration is in place. Was able to spot that quickly. These Java logs. Ah. Parameter flash interval. It's flush interval. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Does it matter? Hope not. That looks good. And there's type name, parameter type name in store. I did copy that correctly, didn't I? Yeah, type name. Maybe this, well, that's fluently 012 and we're using 016. Maybe that has changed? Parser plugins. How to use. That's used in a source where you say format something. Maybe I should use the source after all. Let me see if type name is still a thing in... Oh, 012 is really, really old. I think we're at 116, not 016. Let me see. What happens if we use type name? That might actually be deprecated. Maybe I was right after all. Because type name would be what gets us the parsing, I think. How do you like working with SQL, C-Films? Let's see. Fluently type name. That document doesn't even have it in there. Maybe type name is Elasticsearch specific. Yeah, I think we should actually use the format parser. Let's do that. I like that a lot more. So, OpenSearch doesn't even have this type name thingy. So we'll keep the flush interval. But here we say format Apache 2. I think I saw an Apache 2 in my configuration, so the build seems to have worked. There's FluentD. No warnings so far? Oh yes, there is, wait, there is a warning parameter format in source. Is not used. So it's ignoring that. More? How disappointing. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. The more tables you have, especially if there are tables that you join, things get complicated quite quickly. All these different types of join, inner join, outer join, these things, yeah, they become quite challenging quite quickly. So we have 9 types of plugins, parser plugins, etc. List of built-in parsers, Apache 2. Parse section configurations. Oh! We need a parse section in the source. Interesting, okay. And here we then use the type Apache 2. All right. Let's try this. Step by step. So we'll have a parse section here, and that's not format, that's actually at type again. And then there's /parse. But that will actually get us a little bit into trouble, because it will also reflect in our standard out store here, and I'm not sure if I want to have everything parsed out there. I would rather prefer if we could actually do the parsing for this store alone, for OpenSearch. Maybe that works. That's definitely just a hunch. Hey Rebitzo! Happy to have you here. Welcome to the stack. Good day. Yeah, I guess both formats have their pros and cons, as everything. So let's build that again. Not sure if this is going to work. Having a parser section in an output. Would love it would work. And hey, in the past 2 or 3 hours, we've been experimenting so much. Let's keep experimenting. FluentD seems to be happy so far. Okay. Do I try and simply access my web server? We can do that from the command line, actually. Simply by running curl localhost. Oops, so many stuff. Call localhost. It works. Yes, that's nice. Let's see what FluentD has to say. It logged as usual. OpenSearch did react, performing move cluster state metadata. Not sure if that was triggered by our log entry, but I would assume so. Now let's see what was submitted to OpenSearch. Yeah, let's do the full search here. That was... Oh. Did we remove the FluentD index name? I'm afraid I did. Nope, index name FluentD. But now it doesn't seem like it was able to log anything to OpenSearch, was it? Because the last message was just FluentD worker is now stopping, and that is probably pretty old. That was that one here, and then caught Zig Winch. That was the Apache server, but that was also a while ago. Doesn't look like anything is getting logged anymore. Oh, I was hoping this would work. Well, let's try it with the source again. I mean, it'll probably confuse this standard out store here, but hey. Okay. We need to deploy again. That's the downside of having the configuration in the container. For development, it would be more useful to have it in a volume, but on the other hand, I would have to get OpenSearch to reload its configuration anyway, so I guess rebuilding and relaunching everything is not much slower. Here comes FluentD. This is all looking nice. Let's get it. Let's try this. Localhost. What happened now? Let's take a look at our log here. HTTP access, container ID, container name. Still this log here. Doesn't look like it's changed much. I would have expected yeah, some kind of a different data fields or something. Here. Let's see how the index looks like. No, that doesn't work. Maybe we need to kill the index and recreate it. At least there's no error message, so let's see. Index management. Now we have 29 documents. Let's delete this index. And what about you? Fluently with today's date. Maybe that was backup or something. I'll delete that too. So there's Kibana. Interesting. It's still referencing Kibana here. Okay. So now we have 7 indices. And let's try another. Oh, look at that. Oh no, that's the OpenSearch dashboard. I was too early to be happy. Now let's try another local request. So that should have gotten us to recreate this index. Yep, creating index. Lots of stuff happening that I can't really understand. Status changed from yellow to green. Which probably means that the index has been replicated to the other node too. All right. So, how about we look at our index now? Fluent D, search, pretty. It's still the log entry though. No splitting up or so that I would be able to say parse for or filter for error of 200 or things like that, which is what I would actually expect. So I guess the parser doesn't really do what it's supposed to do, which is a pity. Sure, we need to research this further, but maybe I can find something. FluentD Apache 2 log parsing. Oh, let's take a look at Stack Overflow for a change. So what did they do? They use a tail with the Apache 2 format, which might be available for the tail source. Unfortunately, the forward source doesn't seem to do that. That article seems to be pretty recent, but it might also be just being updated. Or some of these websites, I suspect, do simply refresh dates on their articles to appear more recent. But still, lots of stuff. FluentD. How do they do that? I hope they don't use the tail source. They do. Here it's format none. Yeah, that's how I would assume things should look like. Basically JSON documents with the fields separately. Transforming logs with FluentD. Parsing JSON logs. They use a parse section here, type JSON. And that actually creates readable JSON here. Okay. Let's get a few more sources. They use a forward setting and they try to parse that. Oh. Yeah, I think that doesn't look like it would work. Recipe, Apache logs to Elasticsearch. Here they use the tail source again. Maybe I should actually use the logstash format true here. And still use... No, I think... Was parse ignored? No, it didn't even get mentioned, did it? So let's try the parse with the type Apache 2 again. And we'll use logstash format true in our match here. But is that even an option with OpenSearch? Wait, OpenSearch, the Fluentd OpenSearch, Fluentd OpenSearch plugin. Let's see what the plugin can actually take. Yep, logstash format is understood. Okay, let's try that. So we'll use that index name fluentd flush interval log stash format true, right? And we'll try and use a parse block here after all. Wait, let's indent that correctly. So I want to get that right. There we go. Okay. That is that. The only thing I'll add is logstash format true. Maybe that will help us a little. And that'll be the last attempt for today, because I've been at this for 3 hours now. And I did make some progress, and I'm happy about that. And there's still some things to find out. For example, how do I actually configure the basic authentication user credentials and things like that? Shouldn't that be Fluenty? Now working? Okay. It still just got the log file here. The log line, to be precise. How about our... And again, we only have 3 hits here, and these are outdated, I think. But also, maybe that was because it created a new index? Is that maybe because we have this index with a date? No, there's only Fluenty. Okay. 3 documents. Oh, this is so annoying. But yeah, I need a break. Okay, folks, let's wrap things up. As always, if you want to join our community, join the Discord. And if you like what I'm doing, you can also send me a tip or even a subscription as a membership on Ko-fi. The link is in the channel description, and you can also use the !support command. Let's do that too. It'll help me create more content and make more time for creating educational stuff. So that will be highly appreciated. And other than that, I'll be back tonight for the Obsitive Hangout, where we simply get together on a Discord voice channel and talk. And I already have a can of beer sitting in the fridge for that. And my next live coding stream will be on Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. UTC. And the office hour stream, where you can bring your own questions, which is specially dedicated for your questions, will be on Friday at 1 p.m. UTC. So there's plenty of stuff planned for this week. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm immensely grateful for all the chat that we have and for and all the help that I got today. Thank you a lot, and thanks for stopping by. Thanks for lurking, and I hope to see you soon. Until then, take care.